Hello there and welcome to Vanguard Live. Of course, it's another exciting time in the world of sports, and here in Vanguard Live, we are going to be giving you details of stories that are making round in the world of sport. Well, it's no longer a money spinning sport, as every action in the sporting world is now halted, owing basically to the ravaging coronavirus pandemic. But of course, there are still some stories that are so interesting, flying around in the world of sport. Today we'll be looking at the ManUnited battle to keep Ighalo, and of course Obafemi Martins also coming into the light. I know a lot of you have forgotten about Obafemi Martins, but Obafemi Martins is still playing active football in the Chinese capital. We also look at Mbappe. Some people are saying that Mbappe is the heir to Messi and Ronaldo, and is he really leaving the League One? Well, you get to find out that when we come back from the break. But before we go on break, there's another surprising story here. That is Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is telling us this today, rather, that the gods of war have actually reawakened him. Well, what's the reawakening him for, we do not know, but we're going to find out in the course of this show. Madrid also is really talking about Pierre Aubameyang. We do not know what Arsenal would make of all of that talk. But when we come back, we're going to be giving you details of all of the sporting stories. Alright, welcome back to Vanguard Live Sports. My name remains Bankole Ighalo, and of course we'll be looking at a couple of stories here on Vanguard Sport. Let's really begin with ManUnited, with Odion Ighalo here. Odion Ighalo signed a loan deal with ManUnited some 6 months back, and that at the moment has actually elapsed. And of course, a couple of clubs in England also are interested in Ighalo, but the Chinese club is not really giving up on their hitman, and they are saying that, well, if ManUnited must have Ighalo, or keeping beyond the loan deal, then they must be paying a whole lot of money. But Man U is really not giving up. They are ready to break the bank, to keep their hitman, someone who has really impressed, a lot in the short spell he has with Manchester United. But what we are hearing here is that Obafemi Martins is likely to replace Ighalo at Shangai shehua in China. Well, how that then is going to happen, I do not know. There's a couple of stories here. Let me quickly take one on Ighalo in ManUnited. We hear that he has come out to reveal last month that, well, no offer is on the table yet from Manchester United, overextending his stay at the club beyond, his current loan spell. But then the Manchester United manager is saying that, of course, there could be a deal, though he's just giving a hint about a deal, but he hasn't said anything yet. But really, the Nigerian striker has made an encouraging start, in the past 6 months, and a couple of sports pundits are saying that he deserves, an extension of the contract, really. But then we do not know what the ManUnited manager is looking to do in that regard. But if really Odion Ighalo has to stay in Manchester United. What do you think the parent club will be doing? Okay, they are not just waiting for any surprises yet. They have actually contacted another Nigerian striker in the person of Obafemi Martins. And Obafemi Martins, if you agree with me, is also a prolific, striker in his own right. And they are looking towards that direction. And don't forget that Obafemi Martins has once played for Inter Milan, Newcastle, and Birmingham City in the English Premier League, where he really shone, very well. Okay, there is a statement there from Shangai. They said they have about 5 foreigners in their books, with Obafemi Martins, leading the pack. So that means he is actually being favored to replace Ighalo at the club. Okay, let's quickly move on to other foreign stories here. We're looking at Mbappe. A lot of people have said that he is the heir to Messi and Ronaldo. Do not forget that Messi at the moment is 32 years of age, while Ronaldo is 34. And a lot of people are saying who is going to replace the duo if they leave. But then Arsene Wenger has said that he thinks Mbappe can really fit into that shoe. Okay, there is also a statement here from Arsene Wenger, where he said that that we've seen players like Messi and Ronaldo, and then other top players in Europe, but I feel the next generation is the French forward. Okay, if you agree with Arsene Wenger, well, you might actually be maybe saying the right thing, coupled with the fact that there is age on Mbappe's side. Okay, well, let's move on to other story. Aubameyang now with Real Madrid. Okay, Madrid is looking towards that direction, and I'm sure that whomever Madrid wants, they get. You agree with me that when they started the chase of Eden Hazard, Chelsea with the billions and millions of pounds could not hold Hazard back. So it looks like a deal is going to happen in that direction. But then we keep our arms crossed and see what is going to happen. Okay, there is another one. Let's quickly move away from footballing stories now to boxing. Mike Tyson is saying the gods of war have reawakened him. Okay, well, he's actually hinting that he's going to go back to boxing ring, but not for professional fight. Really, he's going back for just an exhibition game. Okay, there was this video that was trending on social media just last week, where Mike Tyson was saying, in training, and some people were saying that the combination of punches is faster than some of these current heavyweights that we have. So people are saying that you never can tell, just like George Foreman, who came back at the age of 42 to become world champion again. The same thing might also happen with Mike Tyson. But whichever direction that is going, keep our hands crossed, and we'll be seeing that in the coming months. That's all we're going to take in the world of sports. It's always interesting, but it is no longer money spinning because of the coronavirus. We hope we return to action very soon. Maybe in a couple of months, then you get to enjoy some of the sporting action again. Okay, it's bye from here. My name remains Bankole Ido.